numerals. Franklin will move from right to left, Bridgewater Raritan left to right, and we'll switch sides during the second quarter. Referee blows his whistle as we're about set for play. Asire Bampo Perry approaches the tee, and here we go! Kickoff underway here at Somerset, taken at about the 10-yard line. He'll crawl to about the 20. Oh, he's going to get tackled. Not much further from there. The return guy was Ryan McKinney, but a good job by Christopher Donald to bring him down.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're looking for, right? Somebody went down there, they made a nice hit, open field tackle, get the momentum on your side. Now we need to defend.
Well, of course, turnovers are a major difference in the game. And what Bridgewater Raritan is doing, they are going empty gun, or
yeah, it's five wide.
Yeah, well, you can't have any more than 5. Otherwise, there'll be a problem with the offensive line.
That is exactly right.
And it would be illegal formation anyway. So with an empty gun, the quarterback is senior Alex Fromberg, 6'2", 195. He stands alone at 1st and 10 for the 23. He's going to throw to the right. That pass is caught with some room crossing the 30 and a hard hit down to the 34-yard line. That's Peter Uswick, the senior receiver there, and he's able to
came across underneath that zone. The corner dropped a little too deep. They got 10 yards on the first play. So they're going to have to make an adjustment. If they're going to come out in that 5-wide set, the defense is going to have to adjust to those little short underneath routes.
Well, basically what the Panthers are doing is showing pretty much up-tempo here. They operate without a huddle, and here they're going to line up 1st and 10 with an I formation split to the left, only a receiver to the right. It's a handoff, trying to go wide, and not going to be much of anything. Could have been a couple-yard loss now, and they're going to go empty gun again. They'll triple the near side. Their quarterback, Fromberg, takes the snap. He's looking. He's got a lot of time, and he's going to throw it way too high, incomplete. Looked like it was intended for Bryce Myers, the junior tight end, and it went way over his head. So Franklin causing a little bit of havoc. Raritan comes through with on 3rd and 11 from the 34-yard line. They're going to triple to the right side again. Nobody on the left. Back to the right of quarterback Fromberg, who takes the snap. He's looking, has time again, throws. This time a man's open, and it's going to be a 1st down to the 49-yard line. That is Miftar Hassanaj, the junior, who makes a catch for a 15-yard pick.
49 for the Panthers, and we'll see what they do here. Looks like the quarterback takes it in the shotgun, hands it off to the left side, and maybe a gain of a yard. Looks like they gained a yard on that run.
Sorry, I'm trying to deal with the closure of the door over there, and I can't seem to get the knob to work, so I apologize for missing that last play. But line has been pretty good, at least on Bridgewater's side, and they'll line up triple on the right again for 2nd and 9, right from the midfield stripe. Here's Fromberg taking a snap. He's going to throw a park, and once again, open at the 40, 35, 32-yard line for a gain of 18. Miftar Hassanaj ends up getting a 1st down, and Bridgewater looking pretty good in the passing game.
Yeah, it's the DBs are getting confused a little bit, and they're running with the guy instead of staying in their zone, and they're finding that open receiver. So good job by the quarterback to be patient and wait for that guy to open up.
I formation and a receiver on the right this time as Fromberg's under center. They're going to do the handoff this time, and again, Franklin's defense doing a nice job containing Peter Uswick, and he might have maybe gained a yard if he was lucky, but they're going to say they're going to stick with what they know here. They're going to go with a receiver on each side this time in an I formation. 2nd and 10 from the 32. Play action this time. Here's Fromberg. He dumps it off, and that's caught. Crossing the 20 into the red zone, down to the 19, and a 13-yard pickup and a 1st down for Bryce Myers, who was able to bowl his way through and move the chains yet again.
Yeah, the DBs are struggling.
2 receivers on the left. They've lined up maybe an offset eye to the left. 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line. Fromberg up back handoff, and that's not going to do much good. Maybe to the 18-yard line for a 1-yard pickup, trying to see who that back was, and I think that was Brett McMath, the senior running back there, bowls over for a yard.
Yeah, the front 4 is playing really good ball right now. They're stopping every catch up to what the line's doing.
Well, a variety of formations Bridgewater Raritan is showing in its first few plays. Here in a shotgun, 2nd and 9. Fromberg throws again up the middle. There's your slant. Crossing the 15, down to the 11 maybe, about 2 yards shy of a 1st down. Again, Miftar Hassanaj. Please forgive me for mispronouncing it, but that's his third catch of this drive, but it forced.
Stop them here, right? I mean, so you want to maybe they run an option or get something outside and try and string them along. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, they're going to send McMath in motion. They will hand off on third down, and it's a fullback, and he's going to roll into the end. Oh, wait a minute. It was fumbled and recovered by Franklin and going the other way with it, crossing the 20 to 30. Oh, my goodness. Are you kidding? Look who's running into the end zone. It's Delaney Devonish Winter, and there are no flags. Franklin has scored on defense. Are you kidding me?
That is awesome. That could be the big break that Franklin's
also plays defensive line, ends up fumbling the ball before crossing the pay dirt. They're talking about 14-point swing. Or at least 13-point swing, if anything. But my goodness. Bampo Perry will try the extra point. They're just waiting for everything to set up. And we want to see a replay of this, and I think we will. Here's the snap. The kick on its way. Down the pike. Bridgewater Raritan.
That's big. That's big confidence right there. Your defense was on the field for a long time. They got pushed back, and then they get that score. Hopefully that can turn things around here.
All right, here is the kickoff, and it'll be taken way back at about the 3-yard line. Rolling to about the 20. Getting slowed up 25, 27-yard line. So for Bridgewater Raritan, at least that's a decent start for that 102-yard fumble return for a score to happen. Here's a pass that is caught and bowling his way to about the 39-yard line for a first down is Bryce Myers. Obviously angry about what happened on the last possession. But first down for Bridgewater, who has had the ball the entire back position. He goes empty gun here, heavy with the triple on the left. First and 10 for the 39. They'll take the snap. He's looking. Now he'll fire little high, but it's caught. Very nicely caught by Miftah Hassanaj, who has really been busy here in the first quarter. That's his fourth catch. This one for a gain of 17, a first down for the Panthers.
Yeah, that was a nice.
So first and 10. Again, empty gun. They'll go heavy on the right. Here's Fromberg. Waiting, and now he's going to call his own number. He'll cross the 40, and he is going to be thrown down probably about the 30, maybe the 29. That's another 18 yards. Another first down for Bridgewater Raritan. They got angry after what happened a few minutes ago, and now they want to try and even things up.
Yeah, it looks like they're just haven't had a break yet. They've been out here for about 8, 9, 10 plays now.
That's the third play in a row. They're going empty gun here, heavy on the right. First and 10 for the 29-yard line as Fromberg takes a snap. He will throw right, and that is caught on the sideline and down to about the 21-yard line, Bryce Myers. So basically, the people to look for in the receiving core, Bryce Myers as well as Miftah Hassanaj, they have been the ones that have brought down the passes.
Watch out for that.
All right, so it is second and we're going to say 8 from the 21-yard line. Let's see what happens here as Fromberg will send a man in motion. They could go fly sweep. No, he keeps it himself. Crosses the 20. He'll cross the 10. Still on his feet. First and goal at the 5-yard line. A gain of 16. So basically your best running back is Fromberg right now. The other backs have not really shown very much. On Brady Credila, or the jet sweep, whatever sweep it is. It's first and goal at the 5. Here's a handoff right side, trying to get around and only getting to about the 3-yard line. That is Brett McMath, who's able to gain about 3, maybe to the 2-yard line, so it forces a second and goal.
Yeah, it's a hard field to work with.
All right, so it is second and goal, and they've changed the formation. 3 wide slot left here. Let's see what Fromberg does. Keeps it himself, and I don't think he got it. He's about a half-yard short. But they're going to say third and goal, but they had the right idea.
Right here, he's going to take it up the middle himself.
We'll see. Oh, wait a minute. Whistles blew before the snap. Whistles blew before the snap, and a flag is down.
I think it's going to be illegal motion.
Well, wait 1 second. It is encroachment against Franklin. Like it's going to matter. You're instead of
3 inches.
Instead of 18 inches from the end zone, you're 9 inches from the end zone. So,
yeah, and I would expect he's going to do the same thing here.
All right, well, they send a man in motion. Third and goal for the 9.
He's gonna hand it off.
There's the handoff, and that's going to be an easy goal as Peter Uswick makes use of the end zone and gets a 1-yard touchdown run. Bridgewater Raritan They've had 2 possessions, gave up a score and several runs. Here's the extra point, the snap, kick on its way, and down to Pike to tie the game at 7 apiece. So always call 911 in case of an emergency. All right, here's Bridgewater Raritan kicking it off as a very high pop-up. It'll be taken by one of the upmen at the 25-yard line. Let's see if he can make something out of it. Nah, he won't make too much. He gets to the 29. But at least for Franklin, they'll have a decent start here. And there's also a flag down, so hold your horses for a second. That was Tyson Murray, the junior, who made the short return, and the penalty is against Franklin.
So we're going to back them up here, but we're going to see what this, 2 things here. We're going to get to see the offense, see what they can do here now that they finally got the ball with 2 minutes left in the first quarter. And it also gives the defense a break to discuss things and try and fix the intent.
But they're deep in their own territory at the 15-yard line. And, of course, they're led by Kevin Gordon, their senior quarterback, Kavan. Oh, here's a handoff up the middle down to the 24-yard line. Good job by Kevin Millman, who was able to bust through for a 9-yard pickup. Bryce Myers was able to make the stop.
Yeah, they gave it up to the up man off the right side.
Especially later on in the game. So conditioning is very key here. So 2nd and a yard, they're going to go with a delayed handoff, and once again, that is Millman to the 25. That should be enough for a first down to move the chains. Yeah, just past the 25, so it is a first down.
Yep, they're waving the sticks. Good job. Good. This is what the offense has got to get a nice drive here, give their defense a little bit of a rest. Maybe take this all the way to starting out the way they want to, right? 2 plays and a first down.
So from about the 25, 1st and 10, Kevon Gordon in the shotgun will take the snap. Actually, it's not Gordon. It is the other Millman who breaks off a tackle, 35, and out of bounds to the 38. That's Dylan Millman. So we have Millmans all over this drive, and this one is for 11 yards and another first down for Franklin.
Yeah, it looks like he's been the quarterback.
Who is Dylan Millman. He's a sophomore, also plays defensive back. So here, they're going to go modified I here, and they're going to go 4 wide on 1st and 10 on a high snap. Here's a handoff, and dancing around to the 37 before being completely thrown down. Maybe a 2-yard pickup. That is Donnell McQuilla. He was the one who had that score, I believe, against Phillipsburg 2 weeks ago.
That's correct. Yeah, it looks.
They're going to line it up basically evenly. 4 receivers back to the right of Dylan Millman, who takes a snap, and he's going to call his number. He crosses the 40 and goes to the midfield stripe for another first down. So evidently, he's taking a page of Alex Fromberg's work when it comes to delayed draws. And what we can draw up is the fact that it is quarter time. So, why in a moment for those of you just joining us. Empty gun here for Dylan Millman as he takes the snap, and now they'll jet sweep it. Bouncing around is McQuilla, who's brought down pretty high for a gain of 2 at the 48-yard line. If you just joined us, Bridgewater Raritan had the ball for 9.5 minutes, but a fumble in the end zone was recovered and brought back, moving left to right, Bridgewater right to left. Of course, Bridgewater in the away whites and Franklin in the blue and gold. Millman in the shotgun on 2nd. Now he's going to call his number again. He does, but he only gets a yard to about the 48-yard line. He was brought down that time by the junior to Sean Dargan.
Yeah, it looks like the defense was ready for that. They hit him at the line.
Today, Dylan Millman, he lines up in the shotgun, and they're just going to go a receiver on each side. Back to the left. Dylan will take the snap. And now read option, he takes it, and he's going to be just a little short of a first down to the 41-yard line. That was a good idea, trying to throw a run-pass option in there, but he's a yard shy of a first down. Now, if you're Franklin, what do you do on 4th and about a yard and a half?
Stopping him on defense.
Well, they better make it if they need to stay here. I formation, 4th down. They go with a handoff. Oh, he looks like he's short by a yard. He is. They went with the handoff to Kevin Millman, and it didn't work. The kids, and it just didn't quite work out. I mean, sometimes you got to try these things. All right, so in the I formation, 1st and 10 as Bridgewater is back at their own 41-yard line. A slow developing play-action play, and a deep ball down the left side. It's incomplete. That was intended for Tyler Tungalix, the senior wide receiver, but a little bit too much air and timing. I think the pocket may have collapsed and may have caused rebroadcast. So make sure you continue to follow HSG Network. All right, modified I here on. Oh, wait. Yeah,
it's going to be defense number 59.
Yeah, it looks like they're showing possibly a neutral zone infraction. You said 59.
Yeah,
that would be
his head
Nami
was across the ball before the snap.
Oh, goodness. So that's a big 5-yard penalty there, which makes it now 2nd and 5 and a lot.
Yeah, you just got to be aware. You got to look down the line and see if you're back as far as the rest of your defensive linemen are.
Fromberg with the snap. He's going to throw the middle, and another catch. That's a first down, breaking a couple of tackles and down to the 40-yard line. Guess who? Miftah Hassanich, the junior. He comes through again with a first down, a gain of 15.
Yeah, it looks like I have those issues learning a zone. But you got to be able to see who's coming from somebody else's zone into yours across the field.
And the middle of the field has been wide open all half long for Bridgewater Raritan. Here now on 1st and 10, no run pass option there, and they're going to hand it off with a big haul. Crossing the 30, still going down to the 22-yard line is Brett McMath, his longest run of the day.
You got a holding on the offense.
Oh, we got a flag down. It's coming back. See, go figure. I'm watching the screen. I don't see the flag, but you're catching.
Don't you worry. We got it just right. You keep watching the screen. I'll tell you when there's a flag.
Well,
we're good.
Well, just as long as my eyes aren't closed.
We're all good.
That's a big 10-yard penalty for Bridgewater Raritan there. And they have to watch the middle of the field. That's how Bridgewater Raritan has been so successful.
For sure.
All right, modified eye here. As here's Fromberg back. He's got time. Hit as he throws the ball, and it's incomplete. Yeah. It was headed for Hassanich, but now Franklin's starting to get the quarterback a little bit, and that is good news if you're a Franklin fan.
They sent 2 extra rushers. Can't get it to that guy coming across.
All right, so 2nd and 20. Here's Fromberg. A delayed handoff didn't work.
Yeah.
Ends up being a 4-yard loss. I mean, Franklin was absolutely waiting for that. The man that did the damage, Abdul Matthews, the senior, and a couple of others, forces a 5-yard loss and a illegal use of hands or illegal contact or holding penalty.
No penalties at all on this
play.
You
can't make a mistake. They tripled the right side. 3rd and 25. Fromberg back, looking, has pressure. Now he throws late, and it's knocked down incomplete. So the pressure is coming.
Yeah.
And that was Ricardo Folks nearly coming down with an interception. So it ends up being a punting situation. Exactly. Like I said, more than half the time it kills drives. Now you got 4th down. They take the snap and a very short punt. And it will bounce at about the 30 and pretty much die down to 25. It was touched to the 25, so that's where it should be for Frank. They go 4 receivers this time. Play fake, rolling to the right, and the pass ends up being caught and around to the 30, 33-yard line, and that is Kevon Gordon. He's in the game now.
Yeah, it looks like they switched back to the regular quarterback. I guess that first drive was their gimmick drive.
I had a feeling this was going to be a good one. It looks like it's shaping up to be that way. So they're going to go 3. It looks like they're going to go 3 wide slot right here on 2nd and a yard. A quick handoff, crossing the 35, down to the 38-yard line. Good run by Donnell McQuilla. That's a first down and a gain of 5.
Yep, this is what you want. Nice ball control drive. Let's move the ball, move the stand.
10, and let's see what Gordon does. He's going to line up basically a receiver on each side, back to the right in the shotgun. Gordon waits the snap. Going to be a handoff, and not going to be much there. Down to the 36-yard line, a 2-yard loss, as running with the football was DeJohn Thomas. Bridgewater was ready for that one. Quick note here, we're brought to you by Berkshire. Know great homes, and we know how to sell them. So now on 2nd and 12 from the 36-yard line, they're going to make it a triple on the right side as Gordon takes a low snap. He'll throw up the middle, and that pass is almost caught. I mean, that was a little bit high for Taj Hyman, the junior. It just went off his fingertips, ends up being incomplete.
Yeah, timing's just a play here.
All right, well, while we go back live here as it is 3rd and 12, as there is Gordon looking. Oh, he has clubbed over the head, and it is a fumble. It's going to be returned for a score. Oh, my goodness, that was almost like Hacksaw Jim Duggan clubbing the quarterback. The man who's got the score, still trying to figure out who it was. That was, I believe, number 50, Gerard Redden. I mean, that was quite a hit. The extra point coming up as Mike Pastor, the junior, takes a high snap. Kick is on its way, and it is good. So Bridgewater scores in this game, 1 by each side, and now the kickoff. Let's see if Franklin can recover from this. As here's a high, it's a short one, taken at the 19-yard line. Let's see if he has a hold. 30. He's got a nice return to the 41-yard line. Trying to figure out who that was in the midst of all that work. Yeah, it's 10 from the 41-yard line. Millman is back in. He faked us all out, and the handoff goes all the way down to the 42-yard line. A 1-yard pickup as Dylan Millman is back in the game at quarterback. Kevon Gordon seems to be all right because he's walking normally along the left side. So just trying to keep an eye to see if he was shaken up or not. But he seems to be all right. 2nd and 9 from the 42-yard line as Millman's going to try and call his own number, and it only works for a yard to the 43-yard line. I think the Bridgewater defense has adjusted. That is Keshev Apana, the junior, who made the stop there and forces a 3rd and 8.
Yeah, it looks like they're
43. It'll be 3rd and 8, and Millman will line up in the shotgun. They'll go 4 receivers. They'll triple the near side, back to the right. Dylan waits to snap. Under a little bit of a rush. He's going to throw to the right. That pass is caught. It's going to be well short of 1st down, though, to the 47-yard line as the pass is caught by Ricardo Folks. But right there to greet him was Brett McMath.
Yeah, let's see here.
He is back at his 15-yard line as the punting unit is on. And that really is the only choice you can make right now.
100%.
Let's see what happens here with this punt. Just awaiting the snap. And I thought we had movement, and the snap took a while to get there, but here's the punt heading toward McKinney, who catches it, and a nice tackle at a 25-yard line. And guess who? Taj Hyman. The sophomore bullet comes flying, and he ends up making a great shoestring tackle, only forces a 2-yard return.
Yeah, that's good job to get down there.
This has been quite a game so far, and basically it's been the defense on both sides in some ways that have been the difference. So they're going to go empty gun here, heavy on the right, 1st and 10.
Wide receiver
and the
screen,
incomplete. And I think what happened there, that pass looked like it was intended for Bryce Myers. Looked like he tried to catch it and run at the same time, and it did not work, so it ends up being incomplete.
Yeah.
And 10 from the 25-yard line. They'll go empty gun again, heavy on the right. Fromberg alone in the shotgun, takes the snap. Under a little rush. Let's see if he tries to run. No, down he goes.
Stop.
Ends up being a 1-yard loss.
Yeah, it's been the highlight of Franklin's night is his defensive line. They've been playing, off their rocker right now. Let's see if they can keep it going.
Namdi James was the one with the tackle, and I think timeout save a little time.
Yeah, it's 3rd down here. You get a stop. You call a timeout. You get the ball back and see what you can do before half.
Bridgewater has all 3 of their timeouts, so they go empty gun again on 3rd and 10. Here's
pressure.
Down he goes! Now maybe they can call a timeout right here.
Yeah,
he did it again. Namdi James, back-to-back sacks.
Yeah, there's the timeout. Good job. Good job.
This could be a very big play here.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. If this kicker kicks like he did on the first one, they should get the ball on their side of the 50 no matter what here.
One never knows. It depends on the bounce. Here's the snap and the punt.
Decent kick.
Yeah, about the midfield stripe, 48. Let's see what happens. Oh, he's going to break one.
He's got blockers.
Down to the 40 and down to the 30.
Still going.
It's still going. He will not go down until he crosses the 30 to the 28. Taj Hyman is a man possessed, a young man possessed, and a 25-yard return, and there are no flags.
Dylan Millman's still in at quarterback, so let's see if they're going to I'm hoping they throw the ball here. He's got to get some work. He's only thrown 1 or 2 passes so far today.
He's going to call his own number and cross the 25-yard line.
Yeah,
so now they're going to have to.
That clock's going to run. They got to hurry up here.
Absolutely. We're down to 1:07. If they tried it very quickly, back on the field, 50 seconds left and counting till halftime.
That's what they're doing.
And finally clocking the ball. That's a little surprising. Millman decides to clock the ball and force 4-down territory anyway. And like I said, could be a 43, 44-yard field goal if all works out. But like I said, nothing can be promised. 3rd and 8
looks like
from the 26. And now they've got to change it to 46 seconds. 46 seconds on the game clock. So that's what yard line. Gordon back in at quarterback in the shotgun, tripling the right side. Low snap, takes it, looks. He's going to fire. And the pass ends up being incomplete. They tried to get to Taj Hyman. It didn't work. So now you have an interesting dilemma with her. Now remember, Franklin still has 1 timeout. But they need to make this empty gun here, heavy on the right. 4th and 8 from the 26. They send a man in motion. Gordon with the snap. He's going to roll right. and fire. It's caught, crossing
Get
the 20,
out of
and it's a first down out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Deshaun Parks Clark
Good job
ends
getting out
up
of
getting
bounds.
out of bounds. Is there a flag down though at the 28? Hold on. Let's see what this is all about.
They might call that motion man moving forward at the snap of the ball.
Yep, illegal motion
I
against
didn't see the flag
Franklin.
come out right away, but
It's a tough call, but the only saving grace is Franklin gets the ball to start the second half, so they're going to go empty gun again.
As long as you don't turn over the ball here, you're going to be okay either way because you're keeping them deep in their end.
All right, and Bridgewater is all three of their timeouts. Here is Gordon. He's under a rush. He's going to roll left. He's going to take a shot in the end zone. It's tapped and almost caught. Oh, my goodness. That was very close to being hauled in on the tip by Benel McQuilla, but he couldn't come down with it. And 7 seconds to deal with. So now they go empty gun on 1st and 10. Fromberg will fire. That's caught. Moving to about the 30, the 40, down to the 42. Now that's a first down as he gains 11 on the play.
Yeah, clock stops while they moved up.
And Bridgewater calls their first.
19.8 seconds left. Bridgewater has the ball on the 43-yard line.
I'll round it to 20. 1st and 10 from the 48. Fromberg back, has time. Now he's going to throw to the sideline. Pass is caught and stepping out of bounds in Franklin territory at the 47. That was Nick Vizzoni, the senior receiver. So a gain of 11. That
we were just talking about. That's why he called the timeout. So you can make that defensive adjustment. You can see the DBs are playing off, but they're playing a little bit closer to that sideline.
Here's Fromberg. He's going to throw to the left. That pass is caught at the 40.
Keeps him in bounds.
And he keeps him in bounds. Then Bridgewater's going to use a timeout with 6 seconds left till halftime. I believe that was Tyler Tangalix with the grab. And he's about
be able to reach the end zone from here. He's got a decent arm.
Well,
so we'll see if they're going to go with 6.4 left and see if they're going to try and get out of bounds for 10 yards or if they're going to go to the end zone.
All right, here we go. Fromberg back looking.
He's
going to go with the Hail Mary way downfield, and it is
picked off.
Intercepted in the end zone as the clock runs out. So the turnover is made, and it's Jelani Devonish-Winter who has the points for Franklin. He's been involved with both Bridgewater-Raritan turnovers. So we swap when we get to the final quarter. Referee blows his whistle, and here we go with the second half. Another short kickoff, taking it to 26 and trying to go on the outside. I'm not sure if that's a good idea because it's going to go the wrong way inside the 10 to the 9. I'm not sure exactly what Unisa Sase, the sophomore, was trying to do. He was going to try and do a parabola around the field, and Bridgewater Raritan saw it, and shall we
11-yard line, which is not how you want to start the second half.
Basically 15 yards behind where you caught the ball. Not exactly something you see every day. All right, in the I formation, 1st and 10. They're going to hand off the middle, but at least some of the yards will be coming back as the ball is taken to the 18-yard line by Kevin Millman, who was able to pick up 7 on the play. They might even say the 19.
Short, that's what you're looking for here.
And Dylan Millman is the quarterback to begin the third quarter as they're going to go 4 receivers. They're going to triple to the left, the near side. Back to the left of Dylan on 2nd down. They'll read option this one, and that's going to work for a first down down to the 24-yard line. Gain of 6 on the play. This time, Denell McQuilla able to get the carry down. And for Franklin, that's a nice start.
And when he's in the game, they're running the ball. So he's got to throw a couple passes here in the second half to get this defense back on their heels.
Well, they're going to go 4 receivers evenly divided, and back to the right of Dylan on first down. They're going to jet sweep it, and it's not going to go for much. In fact, it's going to be a loss of a couple of yards down to the 22-yard line. I believe that was Taj Hyman. That was a very slow developing play, and that's why it ended up losing yardage.
Yeah, he was able to stop it. He's got to throw a pass here and get this defense to think, oh, my God, he might throw the ball. Right now they're thinking he's not going to throw the ball at all.
Well, let's just say the jet sweep lagged execution there. So now with an empty gun, 2nd and 12, calling his own number is Dylan Millman. He'll cross the 25 and go down to the 26 before Jake Horowitz, the senior linebacker, brought him down, and now force a 3rd and 8. And right now,
third quarter.
Well, they're going to open up the receivers and evenly divide the receivers in a modified I here for Dylan Millman, 3rd and 8. And he might option this one, and I don't think it's going to work. He's going to go down to the 28-yard line. It's only a 2-yard pickup and it forces a 4th and 6. It just seems like the plays are just very slowly developing, and by the time they develop, Bridgewater's like right over them.
Their design look that he's looking for when it develops. There's nothing there that's developing.
All right, so it'll be punting time as the punter will stand at the 14-yard line. Gets a good snap. They're coming for him.
Oh, they hit
and
the
he's
kicker.
bumped. He is bumped.
No flag.
But they don't call a flag. They'll bounce to about the 32 and taken down not too much more to about the 34-yard line. A little bit of a dangerous pickup by Ryan McKinney, but he is too. They've done better, especially toward the end of the first half in stopping things. Here, an empty gun again for Alex Fromberg, the quarterback, who will take 1st and 10 and call his number, and it's not going to work.
Yeah, this is a big stand here for the defense. They got to come up big. And that first play right there, that's a great job. They lose 3 yards, brings up 2nd and 13. This is a huge drive. If they can get a 3 and out here, change that momentum, get their offense the ball back.
The Franklin's defense off to a nice start here. It's now 2nd and 13. Again, empty gun. They'll go heavy on the right. Fromberg takes a snap, trying to get a rush in. The pass is caught. Not much there. Down to the 34-yard line, and and there's also a flag down.
On offense.
Oh, they're going to call it against Bridgewater. Very interesting call there.
Yeah, so now what do you do
Well,
here?
no. They signaled the wrong way.
Oh,
it's against Franklin.
Wow. That's a big mistake by the referee there.
Well, pointing the wrong way is the first mistake.
Yeah.
Maybe it was roughing the passer. If that's the case, it is roughing the passer. It's 15 yards from the end of the play, so Bridgewater is going to have 1st down the midfield stripe.
Yeah.
What
wow.
a bad play for Franklin because
and I didn't see it. I kind of didn't keep my eye on the quarterback after he threw the ball, so I didn't see him get hit. But the ref called it. I believe that it happened. So now we gotta get this defense to get back.
Not make. So
these are the little things that'll kill you here. So they got to get better at that.
Here's Fromberg on 1st down. A little screen that is tapped incomplete. A little bit too high, and it was intended for Peter Uswick. The nearest guy around was DeJohn Thomas, the junior, but luckily it fell incomplete and it forced a 2nd and 10.
Still got to make some adjustments here on defense to stop that.
So it is 2nd and 10 with the nose of the ball on the midfield stripe. They changed the formation, 3 wide slot left. And Fromberg's going to try and call his number, and he does. He pushes his way down to near the 45, and he's going to get 5 on the play. So some brute strength that time on the part of Fromberg being brought down by Thomas, but a very important 3rd and 5 coming up now.
Yeah.
For their play calling from the sideline. So here we go, 3 wide slot left, back to the left for Fromberg on 3rd and 5. He takes the snap, a late rush, a fire, and the pass is going to be caught for a 1st down, escaping a tackle to the 35 down to the 32-yard line. Boy, that's a tough break there. Miftar Hassanish, who had a great first quarter, comes through the 1st down catch.
Enough to get that 1st down, cut across, made the catch, and then able to break that tackle and get the yardage.
And very quickly on 1st down, they're going to try and get a play over, and it's going to be maybe for a yard. Bryce Myers was surrounded. Bridgewater, what they tried to do was try and catch Franklin off guard, immediately modified I believe. So 2nd and 9 from the 31-yard line as Fromberg takes a snap, has time. He's looking. Now he's going to fire. And the pass.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness. That was a little bit high.
Yeah,
but it was
a catchable ball. He's got to catch that.
That's the sophomore Brady Cardila, and he just couldn't come down with it. Ends up being incomplete. Now Franklin has a chance to maybe redeem itself.
Yeah, again, here we go. 3rd and 9, right? They're going trips to the left. We'll see how the defense comes out. It looks like they only have 1 DB over there, and they're sitting in a zone.
Well, we'll see what happens. 3rd and 9. Here's Fromberg again throwing the ball. This time it is caught, and it's going to be a 1st down inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. And Brady Cardila, the sophomore, redeems himself after that mishap on the last play.
Receivers to the left side. We only have 1 DB over there, and the safety sitting back about 15 yards. They're going to complete that pass every time.
They're going to line up 3 wide slot left here, back to the right of Fromberg, and a flag is down. And we're going to have, oh, goodness, another penalty on Franklin for neutral zone infraction.
Yeah, mental breakdown right there.
They can't do that if they're expected to get to the next level here. Do them.
Yeah, definitely. Penalties are a crucial part of the game, and they're letting it slip away right now.
1st and 5 now from the 14-yard line. They're going to hand it off up the middle, and a big hole inside a 10-5 and an easy goal for Brett McMath. You see what happens when penalties take place?
That's right.
You got a 14-yard touchdown run, and Bridgewater extends their lead. And you can also thank that roughing the pass drive was Cordila's 12-yard catch on 3rd and 9. Here's the extra point snap, kick on its way, and it is no good. It is wide to the left. So for Bridgewater, for a second I thought I was looking at a Portuguese airline or something when I first read that. Anyway, the kickoff taken at the 25. His knee was down, and Franklin will end up having the ball there. The one who caught the ball was Ajwani Stewart, the sophomore. And so now you would have to think that you're going to see a lot more passing here. They're going to go 4 wide here on 1st and 10 from the 25. Looks like Gordon's in at quarterback, and he's under a rush. He's going to throw a middle screen.
Big hole, big hole.
Let's see what happens.
Good move.
Slide through a field, 35, going to the 40, down to the 45-yard line is Taj Hyman. Hyman with some swift maneuvering. They're going a little up-tempo. Boy, these teams, hey, we can't control what they do. Anyway, 1st and 10 from the 46. A low snap. And this is going to be a check down play. But luckily, shaking off a tackle, but not a second, as going down is Donnell McQuilla, probably for about a 3, maybe a 4.
To recover from it.
It'll be 2nd and 14. The ball's at the 42-yard line. Franklin needing to get something going here as Devon Gordon at quarterback now. They'll go triple on the near side. He takes a snap under a little rush. He'll throw a screen, and it is incomplete.
Yeah, I didn't hear the whistle right away. I thought maybe they were going to call it a lateral.
Well, no, that was definitely
the whistle was a little delayed there.
That was definitely a forward pass to
yeah,
John
for
Thomas
sure.
and the team. The way he strikes through, especially with special teams, had a nice kickoff return earlier in this game. They'll triple to left. 3rd and 14. A ground ball goes past Gordon, and he can't get the ball. It's Bridgewater that recovers.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Mike Masalik, the senior defensive lineman. I mean, Gordon had a chance to pick the ball up, could not. He whiffed. Missed in 10. Bridgewater now, they're going to triple the right, it looks like, from the 25. Again, an empty gun for Fromberg. He'll take the snap, has time, hit as he throws the ball, and incomplete. I mean, coming in like on the outside. They've had a couple of sacks in this game.
They have to now. You got to put some pressure on because your DBs aren't stopping the pass.
Fromberg's going to fire one, and it's just a little bit off, incomplete. Bryce Myers was the intended receiver, and I think the quarterback probably just threw off his back foot, and a lot of time. 3rd and 10. Again, an empty gun. They'll triple the right side. Let's see what happens as Fromberg takes the snap. He's looking. He's going to fire. And the pass nearly is intercepted. They went for Myers again, but there's that Taj Hyman. He is the thorn in Bridgewater's side today, that's for sure. On 4th and 10. Here it is. Fromberg back. He's going to throw a screen. It's caught. There's a wide open spot to the 20. Can they stop him? I think they did. I think they did. About half a yard short. So Uswick was able to get to the 16. Everyone, Franklin saying point the other way. You had to get to the 15. That was at the 15 and 3/4.
Yeah.
So there's the official signal. 3rd quarter. They're going to have a chance to hopefully redeem itself. Gordon's in the game. They're going to triple the right. 1st and 10. Back to the left of Gordon, who will take the snap. And he fires, and it's volleyballed by Ed Too Tall Jones. In this case, playing that role is Mike Masalik. He had the fumble recovery on the last possession. He just swatted it. So it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 16-yard line. They're going to spread the formation, evenly divide the receivers. Gordon in the shotgun formation takes a snap. He's going to call his own number, and he passes one. Pass is actually caught nicely by Deshaun Parks-Clark, the junior. 3rd and 2 from the 24. They'll go I formation, just a receiver. I would have to suspect a running play. And it is. And the handle, there's a spin move. That should be a first down. It is. And it's going to be for more. To the 30, to the 40, and stepping out of bounds. We'll see where they spot it. That's a first down at the 44-yard line. That's a gain of 20 by Donnell McQuilla. So McQuilla was able to make a good spin move 10 from their own 44 after that gain of 20. They're going to triple the far side here. Back to the left of Kevon Gordon at quarterback. He'll take the snap. Looking, he's hit. Oh, he is hit as he throws the ball incomplete, and I don't see a flag. I came close to being helmet to helmet, but it ends up being incomplete. It was intended for Jelani Devonish Winter, who has been Mr. Big Play here.
Yeah, he's the one that had the sack and the scoop and touchdown.
One who scored the touchdown on defense earlier. 2nd and 10. Here's Gordon under a rush. He throws a screen. That's going to get to midfield. Let's see if it gets any further. Yes, crossing to the 40. Let's see if he goes. The 30, the 20. They try and got him, and he gets down to about the 2.
Big play.
Almost. It's 1st and goal, and Franklin is alive and well off an incredible play by Ricardo Folkster Jr. for a gain of, I believe,
and then accelerate down the field.
A 53-yard pickup. 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. Here's Gordon with an inside handoff and pushing his way
about
a little bit
short. Yeah, about a yard
about
and
the
a half.
1-yard line. It looked like it was Kevin Millman with the carry. This is the game you've been waiting to see. I think you might have it right here. Gordon under center, 2nd and goal. Clock counting down. It's a pitch out. It's a run, and it is not. Oh, he's forcing his way, and he's down to 1. Almost. That was Donnell McQuilla. They tried to get a little razzle-dazzle. He almost got it, but Bridgewater's deep formation. He might call his number. We'll see. He does call his number. Does he get it?
Pushed him in.
Yes! Welcome to the end zone! Kevon Gordon with the score. Or it was Millman, rather. They switched quarterbacks on us.
Millman came in. They ran the sneak, and he got pushed from behind by his fullback, and I believe it was his brother that was pushing him. Good job there for the brothers to team up, push him.
Now will be Bampo Perry to try the extra point with Gordon holding the snap. Kick on its way. He got it. Kick is good, and it makes it 20-14. It's a war of attrition, and that's exactly what these kids are doing here. Referee blows his whistle, and Perry is about to approach the ball for the kickoff, and there it goes. And it's a high one. It's a short one, taking it about the 12. Let's see what he does to the 20. Oh, he has a whole 30 and knocked down to 35-yard line, because I'll tell you something. That was Ryan McKinney on special teams, who made a very nice return. And right now for Bridgewater Raritan, they'll have it at the 30 on Alex Fromberg, who right now is under center in an I formation. So let's see what they do here. 1st and 10 for the 36. A late handoff and up the middle to maybe the 40-yard line. And a gain of 4 on the play. Ryan McKinney was the guy who had it. Kevin Millman with the stop.
Yeah, it's going to bring up a 2nd and 6. It was a good, power I formation, the 40, and they're on the ball already.
2 receivers still left in the I formation. Fromberg will take the snap. There's another handoff. And, slowed up for maybe a yard, and that's about it. They had McKinney again, but Franklin's defense was able to swarm to it, and now a very big 3rd and 5 coming up.
Yeah, this is big for the defense here. You can get them here.
From the 41-yard line, they flop the receivers to the far side. Shotgun formation this time. Fromberg back. He will throw.
High.
Way too high, incomplete. Hassanish, the intended receiver, but he had to have been 9 foot to catch that. 2 on to punt is Miguel Rosari, the senior. He's on for his 3rd punt. Not sure if Franklin will try and rush. It's a good snap. And he gets it off, and a pretty good punt this time. He had to get out of the way. It takes a Bridgewater bounce down to about the 12-yard line. And that is where I believe Franklin will start. I think Bridgewater is saying that a Franklin player touched it, but I don't see any officials saying that. The only bad thing about it is Franklin is starting from their own 11-yard line. Now, it'll be very interesting to see. Now the officials are going to have a conference here.
Yeah, they might be discussing it.
And, while they discuss, we'd like to remind you, of course, we're brought to you by the Franklin Booster. After a discussion, they say it was touched, and Franklin is shocked by the reversal of the call here.
You can't reverse that call. Even if you made a mistake and he did touch it, you can't reverse that call because you didn't call it during the play. You can't go to somebody and go, did he touch it? Well, now you say that's a heartbreaker. That's a bad bet. You can't let the refs control the game like that.
And I hate to say it, you want the kids to decide this game. 1st down, here's a handoff, crossing to the 10, maybe the 7-yard line. that is Peter Uswick, but you can't go back and reverse it now. But
well, why not? They did it on the last play here and get their offense the ball back. They stopped them on the last drive, and an unfortunate incident happened, and now they got to fix it.
All right, so 2nd and 6 from the 7. They're going to run it again. Here's a handoff going to about the 5 and pushing to maybe the 4-yard line, but that is about it. At least there's a good rush on the part of Dylan Millman and Isaiah McKenzie on that play that forces 3rd, and we'll make sure everyone's set. 3rd and 4 from the 5-yard line. Here's Fromberg under center taking the snap. He's going to call his number. Being chased. He fires, and the pass is caught in the end zone. That is a goal for Bryce Myers.
And he's hurt on the play.
Yeah, he caught it. And it looked like he's cramping, too. A lot of cramps on both sides of the...
So you want to make sure you put yourself in a good situation here.
Well, that's exactly what they're going to do. They have no receivers lined up, man in motion for the 2-point conversion. It's a play action, a throw, and a tap, and it's incomplete. So it ends up being a failed 2-point conversion, and it ends up being 26-14. We're looking for one person. It's Taj Hyman. He's lined up on the far side. Will they kick it to him?
Short
yeah, they're keeping it short. I'll be taking it to 23. Let's see what happens. To the 30 down to the 34. So that's at least decent field position as that is taken by Ashwani Stewart, the sophomore. So a decent return, and at least now for Franklin, they have at least 2/3 of the field to work with.
Yeah, good.
And I think for Coach Patch, it's like, how are we going to switch quarterbacks here? Because Gordon right now is in the game. They're going to triple the left side, back to the left of Gordon. Ball spot at the 35. Let's see what happens. Gordon. Oh, he missed the snap. He has to pick it up. Oh, is it fumbled by recovered by Bridgewater again?
Is.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. It's
my heart just sank
snap.
there.
The quarterback's got to do a better job of on those low snaps. He's got to fall and get
too.
Yeah, it looks like, as the game's wearing on, I don't know if it's a little bit of fatigue, but they start to make those little mistakes, and that's what's costing this game right now.
Fromberg in the shotgun. They're going to go 3 wide slot right, and they send Tangalix in motion. And now they're going to send him the other way. Here's a play action. Now he's going to call his number. Fromberg's going to run it. He's going to take it to the 20, the 15, and down to the 10-yard line to a gain of 18. And he had a lot of open real estate there. Everyone went left. Fromberg went.
Expect to see him running the ball a lot here.
So it'll be 1st and goal from the 10-yard line, and they're going to go 3 wide slot right again. Fromberg takes it. He'll throw. Pass is caught. Eludes a tackle to the 5, and there's an easy goal. Welcome to the end zone. Nick Vizzoni, a 10-yard touchdown strike, the 2nd touchdown for Fromberg.
Quick here to at least try and get back into this
and
hope for the best.
Pastor will try the extra point. Let's see what happens here. Whoop, they jumped offside. Here's the snap. The play is dead, so it is a offside call against Franklin. So the question now is,
do you go for 2?
Yeah, that's true.
They moved it half from going for the 2 because they didn't move the ball.
Yeah, and I think that's a pretty fair rule that's put in there. So Pastor will try the extra point again. This time a better snap. Kick on its way, and it is good this time. So Bridgewater Raritan with a run here in this second half. They now lead at 30. We're almost nearing the halfway point of the season, and basically you kind of know where you are when that happens. So here comes Bridgewater Raritan now. Here is the kickoff, and again, a very short kickoff. Taken to the 25-yard line. I'll get to about the 35, 37-yard line, and that's where Franklin will start. And once again, that is Ashwani Stewart with a 2nd kickoff return to about the 37. That's where Franklin will start 1st and 10. And now you basically have to go fast. Bridgewater has 14 to Franklin 7.
That's right.
They'll line up 4 receivers on 1st and 10. A low snap to Dillon. And he's going to air it out deep across, and that is incomplete in double coverage. They tried to get it out to Ricardo Folks, but he was clearly blanketed. Zach Atanasoff, the senior, was, and pardon me if I butcher that one, but he and one other
the ball a little more here and move the ball and see what happens.
And if you want any next-gen stats as far as how quickly the spiral is and hang time for the ball and all that stuff, we don't have them here, but wishful thinking. 2nd and 10 from the 37. Dylan Millman now. Oh, they're going to hand this one off and get to the 45. Still more to midfield.
Fumble.
Oh, the fumble, but it's going to be
got it
recovered, thankfully, by Franklin at the 45-yard line. That was a hard hit by Demel McQuilla. He does get the first down, but the Sean Parks Clark saved him, and it ends up being a 17-yard.
Yeah, they got to move quick here. We're down to 7 minutes left.
Yeah, down 3 scores here. Modified eye for Millman. 4 receivers. 1st and 10 from the 45. Another low snap. He's going to call his own number. And, gets nicely tackled at the 47-yard line. The man who did it, Ryan McKinney. He read that very well and forces a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, he took a shot to the leg there on that tackle. Looked like he came up a little. Well, let's see what they call here. Looks like it's going to be against Franklin. I just don't know what it is here.
I'm not exactly sure.
Might be a personal foul.
That's also possible. I mean, could be a substitution, could be unsportsmanlike conduct. It ends up being unsportsmanlike against Franklin.
Yeah,
somebody said something that should not have been said. We'll just say that.
Exactly right. Looks like the Franklin players know who said it, and they're taking care of it themselves.
And the Franklin coach, that is frustration right there.
Of course. You've had a rough game so far, and that's what happens sometimes.
Dylan takes the snap on 2nd down, a low pass incomplete. Now, obviously, Denell McQuilla just could not scoop it out, but ends up being 3rd and ridiculous Bridgewater to get a 1st down. I would not be surprised if this were 4-down territory regardless of the situation. They go 4 receivers, they evenly divide it. Here's the snap. They're going to hand it off. And the draw play gets him to the 40-yard line. And that's McQuilla again for a 2-yard pickup. So same exact play, and now it's 4th and 25 as we're nearing the halfway point of this final quarter.
Yeah, they're eating up that clock right now. We're down to just under 6 minutes. A huge amount of learning right now while he's playing at this quarterback spot.
Well, he's played, I'd say, the majority of this game.
And he's played well. So good for him. He's a sophomore. He's learning the game, and he's out there playing well.
And this is going to take a little bit of a Franklin bounce. Now a flag goes down as the flag went just as far as the punt, as it's down to the 29-yard line.
I don't know if he was trying to throw that at the other ref or he was just throwing it over in that direction.
I'm not sure, but whatever the case, they'll probably penalize from where the end of the down is. So it ends up being a 31-yard punt, regardless on who the penalty is.
Yeah, I'm looking to see what the call is here.
Probably a hold during the kick.
Yeah, he threw that about 35 yards. He has a nice throw.
Sign him up as a semi-pro quarterback.
I agree. He's got a nice arm. He might have played quarterback in his previous life,
Well, they're still discussing things, and they've said
decline the holding,
or there was no foul, one or the other.
They signal holding and then they signal decline, so they declined it.
Well, whatever the case is, it's Bridgewater ball to 20. Switching their quarterbacks up here.
Yeah, 5:20 left in the game. You're up by 3 scores. This is where you want to get some players, experience and playing time and get them out on the field, and it's as valuable for your team moving forward with your program.
There's still an official timeout. I'm not sure exactly for what, but they're still trying to discuss a couple of going to tack on the 10-yard penalty.
Yeah, that's what I was confused about. I didn't know why they would decline the hold, why Franklin would have declined a hold if it was on the return team. That didn't make any sense to me. That's what I was confused about.
Hard punt, and now looks like they're going to bring in Brady Credila, who is not only a defensive back but also a quarterback at 6'1", 180. He's the new quarterback, and they're going to hand it off, and not much. Evan Goldberg was the one with the carry, and he ends up losing a couple of yards. I think it was Fulks with the stop. So once again, the sophomore Brady Credila.
Valuable time on both sides of the field, Franklin and for Bridgewater.
That is very true. And Bridgewater only about 4.5 away from evening up their ledger at 2-2. Here's Cardile. He calls his own number. A flag is down probably for a hold. He ends up getting to the 16-yard line, but this will probably be half the distance, and indeed a holding foul against Bridgewater.
Yeah.
And the official almost pointed to Franklin, which
here we go. Here we go again.
and that's going to be refused, so it's going to be third.
Yeah,
And
see, now that's a good
referee's
team.
head. So we have a football game in high school and a flag football game with the referees.
That's right.
And nobody's catching anything.
No.
So that ends up being 3rd and 12.
Yeah, they're just running out the clock here. You know, you can see there's a lot of new guys on that offensive line right now. There's a lot of new players in the game.
Well, I would have to say it's a little early because if a mistake happens and it ends up, somebody jumped on the
Franklin.
right side. But who jumped?
Yeah, looked like it was the left side of the defensive line.
Yes, another neutral zone infraction against Franklin. I thought I saw the right side move on the part of Bridgewater, but that didn't quite do that.
Yeah. This is valuable experience here. This is where you learn how to not make these mistakes in critical moments.
So it'll be 3rd and 7 now as Cardile is under center with an I formation. Clock now running. He's with the clock running, he's waiting for the signal for the clock, and now they're going to hand it off. And once again, that is Goldberg, and he goes down, couple-yard loss, led on the charge by Kevin Millman. So 3 and out for Bridgewater as they continue to run the clock. Now keep in mind, both teams have all three. Okay, Bridgewater to punt as they used a timeout here. 4th punt of the day. And it is taken Rosari's
Best punt of the day, too.
Yeah, taken to the 35-yard line. Let's see how this goes as Hyman is slowed up down to 49-yard line.
Yeah, that's going to be a horse tackle.
And there is a late flag.
Either a horse tackle or a face mask. I couldn't see which one he grabbed, but it's definitely going to be a penalty.
Yeah, so a good return by Hyman. They're going to get 15 more on top of that.
Yeah,
Knowing the way Franklin's had any breaks in the second half, it could be on them for a phantom foul.
Yeah. You know, now you got just over 2 minutes left. You're down 33-14. You got a sophomore quarterback in the game. You let the kid air it out. You know, let's get him some confidence. Let's throw him a few completed passes. Let's get our quarterback of the future out there, right?
Well, it indeed is a horse collar tackle against
Kevon Gordon.
And he's under center in an I formation. They're going to run it to the 35-yard line, and that's Ashwani Stewart. No, I beg your pardon. No, it's DeJean Thomas, the junior, who ends up picking up 2 on the play at 35. And Franklin's
got another score going the other way. So this is a good job by the coaching staff.
And there's a fumbled
exactly
snap, and it's going to be recovered by Bridgewater Raritan. This time it is Joseph Carroll, the sophomore linebacker, who falls on it, and Franklin ends up turning the ball over for the 5th time in this game. Touchdowns. Normally that just doesn't happen. So basically they're going to victory formation this thing, and Bridgewater Raritan's going to go home with a 33-14 win. Once again, at quarterback, Brady Cardile. But who's your player of the game? In the opening drive of the game, which was then returned 102 yards for a touchdown by Jelani Devonish Winter. And after that, it was all Bridgewater from that point. And I think he had to play the back, forced the fumble, scooped it up, and he ended up scoring. And then he had also another fumble recovery as well. So you have to at least give him that. Here's the last kneel down, which will end the game.